the most amazing things about this job for me is that I actually get to talk with. I can't believe when I first told people that I got to work with you, one of the things that came up, they're like, wait a minute, that's amazing things about this job. Oh, here we go. That I actually get to talk with. It's streaming. Sorry, it was repeating back. They were like, that's the girl from The Secret. I'm like, yep, that's her. And so I've been having this amazing time with just telling people about what you're doing with your show, what you're doing with your book, what you're doing with all these other things. And so without further ado, I don't even want to waste too much time because our audience is like, oh my gosh, you get to talk to Marie Diamond. Guys, I am absolutely talking to the one and the only Marie Diamond. And if you guys do not know who Marie is, you're living under a rock. She was actually you were just voted the #1 digital entrepreneur in Monaco. Is that right?
I know. Hello, Sami. Lovely to be here. Yes, the Women of Monaco Awards. So it's a big international community, of course, here. Like it's one of the most super healthy communities in the world. And I just got voted for Women's Day. Happy Women's Day for all the women out there. Digital Entrepreneur of the Year. So I thought it was really interesting.
I know it's so funny. You even mentioned it. You're like, I didn't even think at my age that I would be getting the Digital Entrepreneur of the Year. That must feel really special for you.
It is because I'm an Aquarius, so I love everything with technology, and I always have the latest gadgets. Since when everything came out in computers, I think I had one of the first laptops that ever existed. I mean, I've always been like, I love this kind of things, and I love apps and so on. So it's not surprising, but you don't think about it that one day you would get an award for that.
I know. Well, for those of you guys that are just joining, I'll get to check some of these comments here in a second. I see some of you guys popping on here on YouTube. So hello and welcome. This is Marie Diamond. Obviously, she needs not much of an introduction, but if you guys are looking to change your life and radically up-level your manifestation practices, improving your business life, your health life, there's actually one thing that we've noticed, especially in our household, that you can actually do to change your physical environment. And that practice is called Feng Shui. And we're talking to the #1 person in Feng Shui, Miss Marie Diamond. Thank you so much for being here. This is just a preemptive celebration for us because we are actually celebrating with you the launch of your new Marie Diamond show. And there's actually other things that have happened too, but I wanted to just kind of give a little framework for what you've been able to do and how I've known you as long as I have. You are one of the most sought after people in helping people design a life on the physical plane by using the practice of Feng Shui. But it goes so much deeper than that. And I want to just talk briefly about that with you, Marie. But where did all of this stem from for you? I had a few people ask me that. They're like, how did she even get started in this? And because it's blown into this huge empire.
Yes, I never expected that to ever happen in my life. But I started Feng Shui really when I was 15 years old. So it's like 45 years already, where after a near-death experience, actually, when I came back into this body, and that I was already practicing the law of attraction. And I was asking my mentor, what did I do wrong? I mean, why did I have all this sequence of bad luck happening to me? And he shared that I had bad Feng Shui. And of course, I was living in a small, beautiful city in Belgium called Bruges. We never heard of Feng Shui. And I started practicing some of the steps, and it's really an energy system and understanding how the energy of your environment is affecting your mindset, how it's affecting your well-being. And so I was sleeping in a space that I really was not doing well in that space. I had a lot of bad luck happening, both physically. I was not really in a positive mindset, definitely depressed at the time. And then I moved into another room, used other colors, put other images around me, and literally my life turned around 180 degrees. I mean, that was like in 2 weeks. It was like switch over to something fun, beautiful, friends, first love, all the wonderful things of life And I was like, wow, the only thing I really changed was my environment. So I kept practicing all this information. I became a very successful lawyer. And at a certain point, I was like, I'm ready to know more. So I went to study in Malaysia, actually, with a grandmaster to know what this environment was doing to my mindset and how I could impact it. And I started practicing it really on a high level, and started having clients. And I also understood that just having clients was not enough, because before everybody has me on their house and their house, I mean, there's no time for it. So I started teaching it because I love teaching. I love sharing knowledge. I'm so enthusiastic to and passionate about it. And so, and further forward, then I attracted, of course, by using feng shui, to be in The Secret as the only European teacher. Yeah, so there was nobody else from Europe that was ever invited to be in it. And so for me, it was like, okay, this is the next level. And then, like I said, as a Aquarius, I love all technology. So the moment internet came, the moment applications came, I started having my own free application. And there was one thing missing to my digital empire, and that was a podcast. So, and so I was already like for a few years, like, I want to do that, but I want to do it with a really good team. And then I found out that a dear friend from Mind Valley, Sami, and his lovely team and wife, was doing that. I was like, oh, finally, this is the. So I'm super excited to launch now this information also on podcast, because I do believe that if everybody's environment could be aligned with their goals, and like I always said, your home is like a 3-dimensional vision board, because in The Secret we talk about vision boards. I know many of you have vision boards, that literally if we would have a 3-dimensional vision board, so everything around you is affecting you, the colors, the images, your positioning. And if you align that, then literally your life shifts so much faster and easier. So because this is the missing link of the law of attraction, that even the people in The Secret, the top 50 people in The Secret, 50% of these people, and the producer and the publisher from The Secret, they all used my information to really get it to an amazing global phenomena. And that's why one of the reasons they call me The Secret behind The Secret.
I was going to say, you are actually kind of the wizard behind the curtain at The Secret. And it's so funny, when I first saw The Secret, and so many of my friends can attest to this, I watched that movie every night for a year. And wow. I watched it, and that year was one of my favorite, because you were the standout English speaking, Belgium speaking. I was like, whoa, what is that? And so it really always resonated with me. And then you also, you introduced me and Ray, my wife, to the app that you have too. And I want to talk about the app. Like, the app has been absolutely crucial. It's kind of a daily exercise for us, because it gives everything from your energy reading to what's going to be your powerful direction for the day, all the way down to just like prompts and things that will help you just stay nudged in that frequency of abundance and manifestation all day long. And I can tell you right from the start, when we designed our house, and you said that so perfectly, it's a 3-dimensional mind. It's a 3-dimensional vision board that we keep everywhere we look. And I know we're very lucky, because I was like, Marie, should we put this here? And you're like, don't worry about that. Not all of you guys get that, but we were super excited to hear that. And so with the app is a free download, even, which is amazing to pair with this. And so for those of you guys just joining, hey there, Kelly, Kim, just wanted to say hello to you guys. There's a bunch of people kind of populating up. I'm here talking with Marie Diamond. The Marie Diamond Show is live right now. We're actually into, I think, episode 3. It is shooting up the charts. We're getting thousands of downloads. We're getting hundreds of people that are already listening to the show. And you have been one of the experts in feng shui for some huge people. And I know that if you have never dipped into the world of feng shui, this is the person you need to go to, and this is who you should be learning from. I didn't know you went to Malaysia to learn from a grandmaster. That's amazing.
I did. Actually, I went to Kuala Lumpur. That's where my grandmaster lived. So, and so many years later, I connected again with Kuala Lumpur with Vision and Mindvalley. So it's been a lucky area for my life.
Yeah, it has. That's amazing. Yeah, Kale, and yet you are one of the most adored teachers and instructors at Mindvalley. So it's so fun to have you part of this. And the things that you guys can look for and add to this if you want, Marie, but just as the production team for what you're doing, one of the things we notice is that when you listen to the show, you actually come away with actionable transformations and things that you can do immediately in your life to just rearrange. A lot of it is just like decluttering, new colors, new movement, and that's just part of it. What else can they expect as you're coming, the more episodes that are coming, other than just like the feng shui, but there's like this transformation that happens to people when they listen to the show, and that was well architected by yourself.
Yes, of course. So, well, first of all, thank you for talking about the app. So I would definitely suggest for you to download the free Marie Diamond app, because it will be easier to understand and to start practicing what is being shared in the podcast, first of all, because we're talking about the app several times, because I want you to start. And so the app gives you, based on your birthday, like the first steps that you can start with reorganizing, redirecting the energy flow in your environment to really increase the results of your law of attraction and your goals with 33.3%. It's amazing, huge shift that can happen with it. But of course, in the podcast, we want to go not just on the physical level, but that's where I always start. But of course, I am also a spiritual teacher, and I'm having created over the years what we call the Diamond Energy principles. And there are 24 principles, and actually there just came a book out on the Diamond Energy principles on Amazon, so you can go and download it. And there's also a Diamond Energy journal who create the practices of it. And you can literally start understanding that every color is connected with a facet of the diamond, because ultimately the diamond feng shui, because that's my school in feng shui, is working about really opening up your energy and your light to radiate in all directions of your life. We first look at success and abundance for sure, because we all need that. We also work with your health, with your relationships, and with your wisdom, your spiritual wisdom. So there are 4 aspects that we're going to focus on. And I think one of the things we're focusing on, I think in our next episode from podcast, is really around the success and the money. And then in the podcast, we're going to go deeper and deeper into the field of changing the vibration on the inner diamond, as we call that. And so there'll be, I always bring in both the practical perspective, like what can I do right now, right? I am from the podcast where I stop the podcast and I can shift something, do something, right? I'm a very practical woman, so I love that. But also at the same time to bring in more and more deeper awareness and do some more meditations, as of course also very well known for my meditation techniques. That also in the free app, you will see you have some free meditations, but when you are upgrading to follow your energy journey through the whole year, you get monthly specific meditations that work for you based on your profile and your birthday. So everything is focused on the personal birthday. And then we're leading you through a whole journey of 24 steps to really reach enlightenment. And for me, that is, I reached enlightenment when I was 26 and a half years old. And for me, that is ultimately what I want to help people with. But I know that the environment is sometimes stopping them from finding their light purpose, and to manifest really their heaven on earth here. And so for me, that is crucial. So when I use feng shui, when I use meditation, is to also reach a level of enlightenment. And for me, enlightenment means I'm in the light all the time, with my joy, with my heart, and in my impact that I bring into the world. And so that is the whole journey we're going to go through with the podcast.
Oh my God, so good. I know. And I think it's such a pertinent time because everybody's like worried about AI. They're worried about losing their jobs. They're worried about these things. And I know that when you come back to this show, there's a lot of people that are like, oh my gosh, I just have to shift this little piece here in my physical space, which translates to me feeling better internally, which means everything shifts. And it's just like, this is one of the very unique shows that gives people the tangible walk away, like, move this around in your house, all of that. That's great. But internally, we're also going to be sharpening the 4 parts of the diamond, the inner diamond. So I'm so excited. It's like God bestowed the diamond on you. Like, this is your you pull up diamond and at Wikipedia, it's probably just going to have your face next to it.
I hope one day, for sure.
So great. Well, Marie, I know that you are busy. It is a totally different time zone where you guys are at. I'm so excited for the show. We're going to be doing this monthly where I do these little recaps. We're going to be featuring you and the show each month because every time a show launches, we get a ton of feedback on what's working, and what they would love to hear more of. So you guys, as you guys go through this show, make sure that you first and foremost, if you feel so moved, make sure that you share the show. Actually, studies show that 90% of the retention and what you actually use, if you share it and teach somebody, you will retain 90% of that information. So that was something that we were always like, make sure you share this, but also use it, because that's what's amazing. And this is one of those, I call it it's like chick honey, because they love telling, like, whenever I would tell people about this, they're like, I love feng shui. And they're like, I know Marie Diamond. And so they light up. And this is one of the most favorite things to share with people. Because imagine if you walk into your friend's house and you're like, you know what? If you're open to a suggestion, I know that this is not in the right place. Let's look at the app and see where it needs to go. And it's incredible how fun and it's just like a total conversation spark. And it's something that people just walk away with. They're like, that is so cool. And I see people walking with their apps minutes after we talk to them about it. So you guys, this is the Marie Diamond app. Make sure you download that as well. Make sure you subscribe, share that show with you guys. We're so excited that it is out into the world. It has been a beautiful transformation. And I can attest to, Marie, you do live in that constant state of evolvement and then that state of just enlightenment, because I know that there's been lots of things going on, and like a ton out of all of our clients. I don't know, more people that have launched a show, launched a book, launched a podcast, got their kid in college, traveled around the world, and you're just like, just so grounded. Now I get it.
Well, yes, I am grounded because my environment is really from a very high energy. And so, but I do believe we can have that all. And so that's why I created this app where, even on the free aspect of the app, you can do so much, because I want all for you to have an amazing life. And thank you so much, Sammy, and your team for creating this possibility for people to go on the podcast with me and being also friends with your beautiful family. I can't wait to see the little one very soon. And so thank you for this, and just start listening and download the app and start practicing.
Thank you, Marie. Love you so much.